Yo, what is going on, man? We back with another video, man. This right here is the trial of Thragg, man. Who watched Invincible?
Oh, hell yeah.
Love Invincible.
Yeah, I'm stopping in. Watch I got Invincible.
Okay, bad. Hey, Thragg, what y'all think about Thragg? Is he a fraud or what?
He's crazy.
More crazier than Conquest?
Ooh, I don't know. Conquest was on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Mark is a Mark. Y'all can't even sit here and be like Mark is something else, bruh. After the ending of that, when Mark was like, you know, yeah, y'all can repopulate in society, I was like, yeah, it's over, bruh. We would have had to go toe to toe. I'm sorry, bruh. We would have just left some people dead. But ain't no way you gonna blend into society, and I'm gonna say yes to that. To agree to that. After that, I was like, yeah, I'm done with Mark. I'm completely done with Mark after that. But we got some beautiful ladies in the building tonight. Go ahead, introduce yourself. Let them know where they can find you at.
Hello, my name is Azzure. You can find me on Instagram at 9for9.pm and on TikTok at 9for9@night. I try to post every day at 9for9 p.m. literally. I'll see y'all there.
9:49, why can't be 10 o'clock?
That's my birth time. It's very important to me. What it do, y'all? It's your girl Coldkissess. I'm a digital marketer / digital artist. You can catch me on TikTok. I go live every day at 6 o'clock a.m. Check me out.
Hi, it's Cyberhugz. Follow me on TikTok at Cyber. Oh wait, I just said that. Yeah, and on YouTube. Yeah, that's it.
Hey, I'm gonna leave that right here, man. So, hey, go follow her ASAP.
Hey, y'all, it's Jadakaay. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Jadakaay. I do hair and makeup. Also follow me on Facebook and TikTok at JK1001.
All right, and
Where are you located?
I'm in Michigan, Lansing, Michigan.
Gosh darn it, they always fall.
I travel though. I'm a traveling stylist, so hit me up.
What it do, y'all? It's your girl, Ms.CiiTa. You can follow me on Facebook at Ms.Ciitalevelingup. You can find me on IG at Mountain Rare Breed. Traveler, love beaches. It is what it is.
Hey guys, it's Tyra. You can follow me on TikTok at tyramitch53. I go live every day, and you can follow me on Insta at tyramitch.
Hi y'all, it's Yazzie Danger. You can find me on Instagram, Yazzie_Danger with 2 R's, on Twitch, Yazzie Danger, and on TikTok, Yazzie Danger with 2 R's. I have my stream schedule posted, and I play Dead by Daylight, Hello Kitty Island Adventures, God of War, and many other fun games. So come and watch me. At 1,000 followers, I'll be doing the Fifth Element cosplay. I'll be playing Lilu. So come and follow me on TikTok to see that. Lilu Motipas.
Hey, it's Zero. You can find me on TikTok at Memo Boy with a Z at the end. Or on Instagram, I think it's Memo Boy 777. Something like that. But yeah, you can find me there.
You must follow these ladies, man, to bring them back, man. Y'all gotta follow them, man, to bring them back on here, man. Also, man, if you got collab requests, make sure you join that membership down below, man. Hit that like, hit that sub, man. Let's get into this video.
Why is everyone so nervous about fighting this Thragg guy? No way he lives up to the hype.
A few moments later.
I got this!
Your life literally is as valuable as a summer ant. Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose. Because what are you here for?
Yeah, Oliver always be trying. He always be trying.
And that man is in a mini skirt or whatever.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know what time it is. Court is now in session because it's time for a trial. And it is for none other than the crispiest Viltrumite in the galaxy. Viltrum's final boss, Grand Regent Thragg. So, y'all already know how this works. We got the evidence and it is ready to be presented. And my God, I gotta say this is some of the most damning evidence a character has ever had. So, without further ado, Exhibit A. All right, let's get down to business. Exhibit A, Thragg's rise to power and his multiple atrocities. Now, we actually got a glimpse of Thragg's backstory right here. And just from this backstory alone, you could already tell that Thragg was a crazy ass nigga because this man is responsible for multiple horrible atrocities. So let's start off with example 1. This one planet was trying to start a rebellion because they were fed up with the Viltrumites' rule. So they decided to blow some shit up and retaliate. So the Viltrumite higher-ups, or Argall's council, whatever the hell you want to call them, had a meeting to discuss of what they should do about this rebellion. Now, Krieg and Thetis were basically arguing the whole time because Krieg straight up proposed that they should just decimate the whole planet to show the strength of the Viltrum Empire and strike fear into the species that was trying to rebel. But Thetis, on the other hand, proposed that they shouldn't decimate their planet because the Viltrumite rule over this species was cruel and inhumane. And he thought that since this species showed some type of pushback against their oppressors, that it was an act of strength and Viltrum should respect it because their main core value was strength. Now, while they kept yapping, Argall decided to shut both of them up. Then he asked Thragg, "Young nigga Thragg, my crispy apprentice, what do you think we should do about this minor inconvenience?" And Thragg straight up said that these—
Why that nigga look like Hulk Hogan?
He knew though.
What's going on, brother?
creatures were so weak that their weakness was an offense to the natural order of the universe, and we should educate them on why they're so ass. And after hearing Thragg's rant, Argall was like, "Now that is why you are my right-hand man. Tax them niggas 25% of their population." This man Thragg is responsible for this race losing 25% of their population. A quarter of these niggas was wiped off the map because Thragg thought they was weak as hell. Now, let's move into example 2. His first day is Emperor. Now, after Argall got assassinated and took a big ass shake to the skull from Optimus Prime, they had a massive funeral for this man, and it was broadcasted across the entire planet. So after Thragg was done giving the eulogy, he does what is quite possibly one of the craziest—
Y'all know this part.
No,
This
I'm
part.
curious.
The craziest part right
a
here.
leader could ever do.
The
He
purge.
said that there is a sickness in our society and it needs to be cut out. So he points at this melanated brother behind him and asks him,
Oh.
"Yo, do I
Y'all don't
look
remember the
fresh
purge?
today?"
I like it, cut G.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, he killed it. Right on sight. Right on sight.
No reason at all.
Them Viltrumites racist as hell, man. Why they always gotta go after the black
really
character?
are.
Every
No,
trilogy.
right.
That little black girl.
Time.
One in season 3.
That little black girl, yeah. He put his
No,
hand on
he
her.
girl, fuck out that girl.
I'm like, God dang. You know what I'm saying? Why you gotta do it to my guy like that?
He chopped his head clean off to make an example out of him. So after he just murdered this dude in front of everyone, this man gets on the mic and says, "As my first command as Grand Regent, I, Thragg, hereby officially announce the first ever Viltrum Culling Games. Seek out every single sorry ass nigga in our population and eradicate them. Purge every weak nigga from our population." So after Thragg gave this speech, all hell just broke loose across the entire planet, and the Great Purge began.
Oh my
Viltrumites
God.
just started killing each other off one by one.
Not
So they could
grandma.
weed out every person they considered weak.
Dang.
And it wasn't just the adults doing it too. It was the kids as well. Look at them jumping this line.
That's the same black girl, ain't it?
Not schoolyard B.
This
Black girl
was just
stomping
straight up
the hell
horrific.
out of 'em.
And I'm gonna keep it a beat.
She was,
This had to be one of the worst ways to ever find out who was weak or not. Because what this was a battle royale. Anything could happen. You could literally get cheap kills off of niggas for third partying another 1v1. They could be 10 times better than you. Or you could literally wait until their 1v1 was over and they were at half HP. And just come behind them and sneak their ass. Like, this shit is stupid.
Wow.
And God forbid a nigga ran into a motherfucker like Conquest.
Oh.
Because that was just instant death. It didn't matter how strong you were if you ran into that nigga.
Oh.
That is just straight up bad
Really?
RNG. And at
Real.
the end of this purge, that
No, was that the baby oil?
started,
Oh,
it
yeah.
led to
Yes.
half of their population
Oh,
getting
no.
wiped out. billions of Viltrumites died because of this purge. And those billions of bodies are on Thragg's head, because he literally commanded them to do this. And now we're at our third major atrocity, and that was his invasion on Telescria. This nigga pulled up in a big-ass Star Destroyer and started burning this city to the ground and destroying everything. Millions of innocent people were getting boomed and vaporized, while this man was just sitting in his ship and looking down on all this death and destruction. And there is a high probability that this man would have probably just scorched the whole planet if Mark and friends didn't destroy his ship and make him tweak out about losing Argol's skull. But I think that we can all agree after looking at these three atrocities that this man Thragg is just a straight up space tyrant, because there is nothing more that this nigga loved to do than conquer civilizations and spread bloodshed wherever he went. Exhibit B. All right. Exhibit B. Putting the fraud allegations to rest. Man, oh man. The amount of people that were calling Thragg a fraud before
I don't get it.
was just flat out insane. Like, we're now in a era where if a new character ain't doing some shit like ore farming or putting belt to ass to niggas in the first 5 minutes of their screen time, putting them on fraud watch. People were actually calling him a fraud before he even threw his first punch. Now, if you were a part of the crowd that was calling Thragg a fraud before all this happened, all is forgiven. As long as you sign this document and turn it in by the end of the trial. Now, everyone should have known Thragg was all about that action the moment the coalition pulled up to Viltrum, because they pulled up searching for this man just for him to meet them at the front door. Bro said, you ain't even gotta search for me, gang. I'm right here and I'm ready to throw down. So Thula comes from behind and sneaks Status in the back, and all the other Viltrumites end up surrounding them, because Thragg set up an ambush.
That nigga did Thetis wrong. I ain't gonna lie. Thragg did. God damn. Y'all remember that?
Because he knew they were gonna try to track him down and kill him on Viltrum. So he sicks his minions to start jumping the coalition, while he just straight up sat back and watched them fight the whole time. This dude didn't even bother to move from the spot he was in till Space Racer shot his infinity ray at him. And all he did was move back a couple of inches. This man didn't give a flying about a laser that would one-shot him. He just straight up had the confidence to know that that shit wasn't hitting him. So the first person that tried to fight him was Omni-Man. So Nolan flew in and tried to hit him, but all Thragg did was move back a couple of inches again and make Nolan hit straight air.
That's what I'm saying, in a skirt.
And winded up a punch from the heavens. And if you take a look at Nolan's face right here, you can tell that he is clearly thinking,
damn, he really about to rock my shit.
Thragg punched this nigga Nolan so hard he turned into a living, breathing meteor and made him crash all the way down on the surface of Viltrum. So after Thragg hit Nolan with a stage change, Thragg came down and tried to hit Nolan with some good old talk no juice.
He tried to get him to join back with him.
Come home. Why are you fighting for these sorry-ass, weak-ass niggas? Thetis is sorry-ass killed our emperor and brought us to damn near extinction, and you want to align with that Autobots roll-out sounding-ass nigga? But Nolan tried to tell Thragg that he was a changed man now, and he was done sipping from that Viltrum Kool-Aid to be a brainwashed space tyrant. So after Nolan tried to get Thragg to stop and surrender, Thragg looked at Nolan dead in the face and said, "Oh, Nolan, how far you fallen.
You gonna punch that nigga again,
really made you a soft ass nigga." So Thragg winds up a punch that was so strong it created a vortex. And he hits Nolan with a short that sent Nolan flying all the way back up into the stratosphere. So after Nolan got sent back to outer space, the next person that was everyone's favorite useless purple punching bag, Oliver. Now, before we observe what happens to this half-insect buffoon, I want y'all to hear exactly what not to strike before this fight starts. Roll the clip.
Why is everyone so nervous about
fighting
told
him
this
not to
Thragg
strike.
guy? No way he lives up to the hype.
Now, as we can see,
he don't
Oliver is
listen.
basically representing everybody that
He don't listen. That nigga got punched with the conquest too. He dumb as hell.
Thragg on fraud watch. He himself was not believing in all this.
Don't know how to stay in a child's place.
His dad straight up told him, however strong you think you are, Thragg is stronger. But Oliver, being a hard-headed and not listening to any of the warnings about Thragg, ended up being on the receiving end of one of the most brutal scenes in the series. Oliver flew off his Thragg, but Thragg stops him with one hand. Then he crushes Oliver's hand and grabs him by the arm when he tried to get away. And you can see in Oliver's face when he finally realized
I hope
that
she
he
didn't write with that arm.
and he should have listened to his pops.
Should have listened.
He said, "Oh hell no!"
Backhands Oliver so hard, his jaw falls off, and his left arm got
Do y'all see the piece of jaw?
Yes.
Attempted murder and tackle on the child abuse. This nigga Oliver is the most useless person on this squad. He was a waste of space. And I already know some of y'all gonna be looking for CJ. What about Tech Jacket? You see, at least Tech Jacket
Mark's staying
knows
getting
her
his
role.
butt handed
Sit
to
in the
him.
backline, shoot your Viltrumite debuff darts at him, and get your assist. She's being a good support character. Oliver, on the other hand, is that one brain dead DPS on your team that goes into a fight alone, lies, and asks where the team is.
Yeah, that was the first time Oliver
This
didn't
nigga is just
listen.
straight up garbage. This little nigga was talking crazy as hell, all for him to get his jaw broken off and not being able to talk again for the foreseeable future. Fucking trash can, bro. So after Oliver got humbled by Thragg, Mark tried to rush in on Thragg with a rage boost, all for Thragg to flash him with one of the craziest impact frames of all time, then stopping his punch with his hairline. Then after he showed Mark his fresh lineup that he got before this battle, he gives him a left and a mean-ass gut check, then grabs him by the neck and tip slaps him out of Viltrum's orbit. Look at the impact frame of
That's disrespectful as hell. Honestly, I would have rather got done like Oliver. You know what I'm saying? But back smack a nigga.
Yeah.
You owe me some
I
money.
don't like that the Viltrums
I know he
always going
peed on
in
himself.
Oliver. And then they get to Mark and want to do shit like this. You just knocked his jaw off. You want to slap him?
He said, "Know your place, ho." That's how he did. God dang.
this man get the shit slapped out of him. He slapped the taste out this nigga's mouth and made his whole head do a 180 before his whole body got put in reverse. Not gonna lie, gang, just for this, I'm giving him an extra attempted murder because this pimp slap was uncalled for, bro. So damn disrespectful. Then after he pimp slapped Mark, he flew up to my glorious King Battle Beast, rocked him in his jaw, then grabbed his jetpack, then threw him to a whole other solar system because we don't see him again for the rest of the fight. Just for doing that to my goat, that's attempted murder. Cause throwing Battle Beast like a toy into deep space is actually insane. So since everyone was getting dog walked by Thragg, they decided the best thing to do was to just destroy the whole planet. So Space Racer shot his infinity ray at the planet, and Mark, Nolan, and Thetis fly into the planet's core
"Yo, we
and
got destroyed."
blow it
They
up.
kept on going down, blew the whole.
So after these
Viltrum
three blew up
planet
the
up.
planet, this sent Thragg over the edge. This man looked directly at Thetis, locked onto his target like he was a heat-seeking missile.
Boy, this was bad. He did this nigga
And
bad.
Thetis' head
Rip his head
clean off his
He
shoulders.
about to smash that hole. He gonna
Ladies and
smash his
gentlemen,
head.
that was just straight up murder. They just didn't even get a chance to react.
ripped his head
All
off
he
this
saw in
man's
his last
head.
moments was Thragg's crispy
Losing it.
ass hairline, blitzing him at Mach speed. Then he displayed
Smashed
his head
that
to
bitch.
everyone, then crushed it into mush while telling everyone they're next. So after he sent Optimus
my
Prime
God.
back to the
Watermelon
Weavers, he
challenge on
grabs
that
Nolan
nigga.
with no hesitation and just starts to lay the smackdown on this nigga. While Nolan couldn't do anything, he couldn't fight back at all. Thragg then Loki started hitting Nolan with the Superman Injustice 2 super move, just yo-yoing his body with punches. Then Mark came in and tried to help out, but he gets punched in the throat and he can't breathe anymore. So Nolan tried to attack, but he gets his wrist shattered. Then when Mark saw Thragg flying towards him, his fight or flight senses kicked in. Because Mark hit the jets and just tried to skedaddle. But
Yeah,
Thragg was
gotta
chasing
go.
him. He was on his ass. Look at the expression on Mark's face right now. This is the face
that
of a man
part.
who is
He running
terrified.
for
and
his
is
life.
Right
running from
behind
death
me,
itself.
isn't he?
So
Yeah.
Thragg grabs Mark and starts giving him ferocious back shots.
Oh,
Then after he finished giving Mark back shots, he had
That's crazy. The tongue is crazy. The tongue is crazy.
He said very
Definitely caught me off guard.
CJ, why you always saying this goddamn sus stuff though, dog? With the tongue right here, bro, it's crazy. That nigga like I'm about to give you all the back shots in the world.
After he finished giving Mark back shots, he had him hoisted up, and he was about to end this man's existence right here. But Nolan comes in and saves Mark at the last second. So after Mark got saved,
blessings.
Mark asked, "Dad, how do we beat him?" And Nolan looked back at his son and said, "Son, we're cooked."
Mind you, He still beat his ass. That's the same dad that did that.
Thragg gave no Viltrumite special technique.
Viltrumite Empire. They beat their kids.
Then Thragg grabbed Mark by the neck again and gave him a headbutt that was probably heard around the cosmos. Then he started to squeeze his head, and he was going to crush Mark's head just like he did to Thetis. But at the last second, Thragg decides to stop because he realized that too much Viltrumite blood has been spilled. So he lets Mark off the hook and leaves him for dead in space with his father and his brother. This man Thragg shut those fraud allegations up real quick because he just straight up wiped the floor with everyone. Omni-Man got left with his guts hanging out. Mark got put into another coma, and Oliver had to get put in a back tank with a new shiny mechanical jaw and a prosthetic arm to go with it.
Dang. That's crazy.
Exhibit C. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our third and final exhibit. Exhibit C, PTSD and holding Earth hostage. Now, after Thragg put belt to ass to the coalition and left the whole family for dead in space, Mark thought they were going to go to Earth and destroy everything. So when Mark finally recovered from the beating that Thragg gave him, it is revealed that Mark got his ass beat so bad he got PTSD. But not just your regular PTSD. This nigga Mark got specifically post-thragmatic stress disorder. Not gonna lie, I think we haven't seen a case of PTSD this severe since Slade did this shit to Robin. Cause Mark was tweaking out so hard he was seeing things just like Robin was. So let's go through some of the examples real quick of how severe this actually was. Example 1. Mark finally comes back home to see his mother for the first time after the war. So this was supposed to be a heartwarming moment, but it goes south real quick. While Mark was talking to his mom, he looked away for like 1 second. And when he turned around again, he sees Debbie getting choked out by Thragg. And Thragg tells him, "This is the smallest repayment for what you did." And rips Debbie's head clean. I'm not gonna lie, this shit got me for a quick second. Cause this happened so fast it felt like a jump scare. Bro really thought for a second that he saw his mother get her head ripped off before he finally snapped back into reality. But this was only his first post-thragmatic stress disorder episode. He gonna see his girlfriend because there were more to come. Example 2. Mark and Eve were having a very important conversation about how life's been for her since Mark left. And she was about to give him the whole lore dump of what all happened when he left. So right before she was about to tell Mark that she was pregnant, she gets her head snatched by Thragg. And Thragg starts to hold her up above Mark and tells him, "You took away what I loved. Now I'm taking what you love, little nigga." So he starts to push her eyes out and crush her face. Then her other eyeball ends up popping out of her head before he finally kills her in front of Mark. Then throws her lifeless body right back at him. This nigga Mark was going through hell. He was living a nightmare because he couldn't tell if this was real or not. Eve had to snap this man out of the genjutsu that he was stuck in because he was actually stun locked. Now, let's observe example 3. Mark is giving the debrief to Cecil about the war and was low-key about to ask him for a therapist. Now, while their conversation continued, Mark closed his eyes, and the moment he looked back up, he sees Thragg giving Cecil the Viltrumite special move. And while he had his body lifted up, he told Mark, "Just to let you know, I'm still in your head, and not even therapy can repair the shit I did to you." Then he throws Cecil's lifeless body to the side like trash. And after this, Mark just started hyperventilating, because he was having a panic attack mid-PTSD till Cecil finally calmed this nigga down and brought him back to reality. So after Mark went through like 3 post-thragmatic stress disorder episodes, Mark decided to go on a flight to clear his head. And while he was out flying, he sees Thragg again. So Mark, thinking he's having another episode, closes his eyes and starts to think in his head, "This is not real, this nigga's not here. This is not real, this nigga's not here. This is not real, this nigga's not here." So when Mark opens up his eyes again, Thragg was still there.
This way he gonna tell him about.
"Yes, little nigga, we indeed are here."
Them going to
and this
Earth
was when Mark finally realized that the Thragg standing in front of him was indeed the real Thragg. So Mark starts tweaking out and begins to hit Thragg over and over again.
He
but
gonna
Thragg
give him the
just took
condition
all of
after
this with
this.
no reaction. Then palmed Mark's face and threw him back to where he started. Then Thragg told him, "Stop, little nigga. I didn't come here to fight. I came here to talk."
coming to
Thragg gives
reproduce.
this man a little smile, then tells Mark, here's how this is about to go down, little nigga. You took our home, so now we're taking yours.
Your home.
So from this day forward, we will be using Earth as a breeding ground to repopulate our forces and rebuild our empire. And don't worry, they've already started. Krieg done cracked like 6 of your Earth holes already. That one-eyed motherfucker that's having the time of his life right now. Malkin is already
Krieg love Earth.
hosting this show called Family Feud under an alias name, Steve Harvey or some shit. But that's besides the point. What you need to know is this, little nigga. You're going to let us coexist with you. And if you don't, we will rip this planet in half. Also, I will need to acquire the location of your planet's best barbers. Their services will be needed. So Mark has no choice. And Thragg officially takes the entire planet of Earth as hostage and turns it into a Viltrumite breeding farm.
He agreed on that. Mark agreed. He gave him 2 things.
Ladies and gentlemen,
2 choices,
after observing
and
all
Mark
of this
agreed
evidence
for that.
and tallying up this long list of charges, this is a pass with flying colors. This man Thragg belongs in the elite category for menaces. He pulled off this list of charges in 3 episodes, gang. That is like a new record for Charles or some shit. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, because the files on this man are going to continue over the years. So with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed. And until our next trial that is coming up very soon, I bid y'all
voice lines down. So that's coming in 2027.
Wow.
They just pumping them out. That's cool.
Yeah. That's better than wait 2 years. I'll tell you that
Wait
much.
2 years. That's crazy. And then I don't know how that's going to happen because Alan basically, Thanos basically said to Alan that he basically going to be in control now if he's reading this. But he gave him some type of, concoction to basically help to kill off the Viltrumites. He said all the Viltrumites must be killed. But Mark just agreed to whatever that choice was that Thragg said that, hey, we going to blend in with society and reproduce. And he said that's okay because if he didn't agree to that, then we gonna kill
Thragg
all
would
the
have tore
Earth.
the Earth a new a-hole.
Yeah, would have tore it up. So I think the PTSD is what got to Mark to want him to agree to the terms, all them killings. He didn't want to see his girlfriend, his mom, and all that die in the hands of Thragg. So I don't know. With that, new thing, Alan, that concoction that Thanos left before he died, that's going to be crazy. I don't know how you're going to get that off, but that's going to be crazy when we come to the new season. But what did y'all think about that video?
Did he find out his girlfriend was pregnant?
Yeah, I think she cheated on him or something, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait, what?
I might be wrong, but I think that's not his child. Honestly.
You don't think it's his child?
I don't think it's his kid. We need to have a Maury episode with that, for real.
I believe if they're following the comic books to a T, it is his child, but they don't end up keeping this one because he was gone for so long.
I mean, the way she looked at
I
him,
believe.
she was freaking on one of the Viltrumites. It looked like.
Mm-hmm.
Thragg probably smashed your girl. That's why he gave you the terms.
He said, Mama already paid the price. She got this Thragg gussy in her.
But hey, yo, what you think about that, Cyberhugz?
It was good. I liked it.
It was something.
It was some
A lot of little niggas. I like that.
What you like, JK?
Yeah.
What you think, JK?
I liked it. I think Thragg was crashing out, definitely. I think Mark, he had to just stand his ground and just give up, but it was really interesting.
Stand his ground and give up.
He did. He had to give up. He wasn't taking no more.
But hey, man, y'all follow these beautiful ladies. What you think, Zero?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for putting me on this. I started the first episode to catch up, but it's really interesting. Very gory. Very gory. Much more gory than I expect, like looking at the cartoon style. you wouldn't expect that type of goriness. You know what I mean?
And I ain't gonna lie, on the last episode, they was cussing up a storm. It get gangsta on here. I ain't gonna lie. You watch this, it get gangsta. This is one of the most gangsters animations, and it's on Prime TV. You know what I'm saying? Amazon Prime. So, man, y'all can check that out right now. But man, hey, y'all follow these beautiful ladies, man. You know what I'm saying? Join that membership, man. Hit that like, hit that sub, man. We out.